Let your past be in the past. This is Redeeming the Time Brothers podcast, a podcast by Gene Kissinger and Norman Kissinger, two brothers who spent their lives in ministry and raising large families. Our desire is to provide a digital place for those who long belong. And as always, we want to leave a nightlight on. For that nightlight is out of 1 Samuel 16 and verse 1. How long wilt thou mourn after Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil, and go, and I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. This is, of course, Samuel learning a powerful lesson about not letting the past control his future. This story has always grabbed me by the collar and given me a good shake. It's about a prophet named Samuel who was sitting around having a pity party. Now, Samuel wasn't a lightweight. He was a prophet, a priest, a judge, all rolled into one, and here he was mourning over Saul, like a man at a funeral that just wouldn't end. God had rejected Saul as king because of his disobedience and division. And Samuel just couldn't seem to get past it. He was he was stuck like a duck on a frozen pond, going nowhere fast. And that's when the Lord spoke up with some words that ought to make all of us sit up and take notice. How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. Now God is asking Samuel to do here. He wants him to fill his horn with oil, walk right past the current king who's still sitting on the throne, and go anoint the future king. Talk about some bold faith. God was telling Samuel to anoint his future while his past was still breathing and taking up space. That's exactly what God was telling Samuel, and I believe it's what he's telling some of us today. You see, we have a choice to make. We can keep sitting there mourning over our past, or we can get up and fill up our horn with oil and go anoint our future. We can meditate on what went wrong, or we can meditate on Scripture. We can keep talking about the hurt, or we can talk about God's goodness. You know what? You're not going to overcome your past by remaining in your past. Sometimes you have to make apologies. Sometimes you have to make no apologies for what God is doing in you, even when others don't understand it. God is doing a new thing, and that's a good thing. So here's my challenge for you today. Don't allow what God has rejected to control your life. Fill your horn with oil and walk right past the thing that got you stuck, and go to your future that's waiting to be anointed. You've got to get up from the pity party and move towards what God has prepared for you. Remember, as we used to say back home, we're too soon old and too late smart to waste any more time mourning over what God has already said no to. He's got something better, but you've got to be willing to leave the past where it belongs and step into the new thing. May God bless you as you learn to anoint your future instead of mourning your past. God bless you.